Welcome to How to Yu-Gi-Oh!
Breakdown Zoodiac Broadbull.
Chapter 1.
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk about Broadbull, Zoodiac Broadbull. Since recently, it's come off the ban list on Master Duel. So with that being said, let's get on with the rest of the video.
Chapter 2.
Okay, so as you can see in front of you, we have Zoodiac Broadbull. It's come off recently from the Master Duel ban list. So possibly, maybe we might expect it to come off in OCG and maybe in TCG. So let's read Zoodiac Broadbull and go over its effect. Once per turn, you can also Zima summon Zoodiac Broadbull by using one Zodiac monster you control with a different name as XYZ material. If used, an XYZ monster, any XYZ material attached to it also becomes XYZ material on this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to the attack and defense of all Zodiac monsters attached to it as materials. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, add one Beast Warrior type monster that can be normal summoned / set from your deck to your hand. So first of all, let's look at this card. This card is a generic searcher for Beast Warrior type monsters. And at first glance, obviously with where Yu-Gi-Oh! Is at the moment, this would seem a very strong effect.
Facts.
But let's have a look and see in the TCG at the moment, one of the best Beast Warrior monsters, especially in TCG, is banned, which is Noroi. Lupus, which is a Beast Warrior, is at 3, but I don't know whether you want to be adding this. And yeah, possibly maybe you want to be putting a little Beast Warrior engine, a little canine engine into a deck. But when we look at it fully, do you really? Do we have a lot of rank 5s to play? No. And if you are going to play K9 in a package, then it's better to do it with the Vanquish Soul. Another issue as well is that while sure, Zoodiac was very strong back when it came out, but this is 2026 and power creep is a thing. Now, being able to do Tri-Brigade, obviously, search Tri-Brigade Fractal, do Tri-Brigade plays. I mean, we have had in the before the ban list, we've had Tri-Brigade Yami. Has that done anything in the format? Absolutely not. It's been one of the weakest, we could say, Yummy slop engines that we've had in a while. Whereas the other slop engines, which include Azamina and more over than not, the Dragoon. That's the Omni Negate are much stronger and much better than that. Another thing that needs to be considered is that Beast Warriors right now in Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't think are in a very good place in terms of power level. We have definitely power creeped Tri-Brigades, as it can only be played with Yami that gives it a chance. But it is extremely fair when we think about it. And sure, you can say it can search Radiant Typhoon, but again, Radiant Typhoon is extremely fair, the mystical space archetype. And while, yeah, sure, it can search a level 3, but chant has been limited, meaning that splashing that engine isn't as good as it's going to be. While sure there are ways to mix, but when we look at Beast Warrior as a whole, especially in TCG, is looking pretty fair. So I definitely think it can come back. In OCG as well, I also think it can come back. I think Beast Warriors are not as crazy as they once were when this card was banned all those many years back, early in the 2020 era, or around there, 2018, 2017, around that era. Around then, the game has massively transformed. Beast Warriors are not a strong type. There's not very many good Beast Warriors to search, especially in deck. So, yeah, that's all I've really got to say, really, when it comes to Beast Warriors.
Final chapter.
Okay, so here we are at the conclusion. And what I've got to say that I do think that Zoodiac Broadbull, the type searcher that can search Beast Warrior, isn't going to do anything in the TCG or OCG. It's come off in the latest Master Duel ban list. It's still banned in both TCG and OCG. But I think we've seen, and I've talked about it, that Beast Warriors aren't going to do anything. Tri-Brigades are a really fair deck. Yeah, sure, you can combine it with Yummy, but Yummy has further been hit, so it's not going to do anything. And yeah, maybe there is a bridge that we can use it to add Radiant Typhoon cards. But again, Radiant Typhoon is a very fair deck, even with the builds that mix Radiant Typhoon with other things. Again, it is pretty fair, very balanced, and there's nothing wrong with the archetype. It's not doing anything crazy. It's not doing anything really strange. Because these are not the archetypes that we saw in before the ban list that were winning games, that were doing anything. And also, we've further hit these decks in the current TCG ban list, as Radiant Chant was hit to 1, Noroi was banned. So the only thing that Zoodiac Broadbull, if it's brought back in the next ban list, can do is possibly add Canine Lupus, which is a level 5. And if you are playing, Canine, it's best to play it with Vanquish Soul, because that's how it's currently being played. Yeah. Furthermore, the Vanquish Soul Canine, its consistency is hit even further, as Noroi is no longer in the deck. Lupus is not a good card, to have. Possibly, you still do have the other cards, I guess, but without being able to look at the hand, which is pretty powerful. Overall, there's not really much one can do here. So that's my overall conclusion, and that's all I've got to say about this. Tune in next time as I talk about more things on this channel. Hope to see you soon.
We come to the end of this video. So, as I like to say, you are one step closer to becoming a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master. My fate, right, is in your hands.